in YouTube, and welcome to the Saturday race. XRS races, the Saturday Classic, Category C, Big Foothills course. It's a long one, and after what's been quite a tough week for me training-wise, I'll be completely honest with you, there is a possibility of a DNF. I did a team time trial on Thursday evening, which was 3 laps of the Volcano Flat course. All set up on the start line in the pen like this with my team, and suddenly the shifter on the watt bike died. So I had to let the team go whilst I changed the battery in the shifter, and consequently I set off 6 minutes behind the team and did an individual time trial, not a team time trial. Got myself within 2 minutes of them by the end, so it was quite an effort. So the course today, if you have ridden the Big Foothills course, is, like the name implies, quite hilly. There are 4 people in this group. I think there were 7 people registered into this group, 5 in the pen now. And I'm expecting quite a hot place from the start, so let's get out there. Right. Now, apologies for the ghostly appearance on the screen there. It's currently 2 degrees in the pain cave, so I've got a fluorescent green top on. Things will settle down when I take that off. So currently from the seas, it looks like me and Spaziani that have gone out hot-ish, if you can call 2.5 watts per kilo hot. 5 or 6 seconds between us and the other seas, and currently mixing it with some A's and B's. Get warm now. Let's let these boys pull us along. Right, Fuego Flat sprint coming up. Not gonna challenge it. One of these other guys can have that. Or not. Whoa, that was a mistake. Drawing down a marker here. Oh, let's get a screenshot of me first. Maybe even some video. Knew it wouldn't last for long. First in the sprint. Get across to this A and B group. Right, gonna lose some time whilst the top comes off. Garmin just reported performance condition +3. I'll take that. And something's beeping at me, don't know what. So let them pull me along. They are all working considerably harder. As is Faziani, now coming past me. Keep it 2.8, chase down Agostini. Good place. Right. Myself and Spaziani have now put a minute between ourselves and the rest of the seas. I think I can set the cruise control now for a while. Now obviously some of these boys could be faster on the hills, and that's where it counts. We all seem to have settled into a steady cruise here. Power numbers and heart rate for me are looking all right. Like I say, the Garmin 945 just reported a performance condition of 3, so I'm in the green. $120 between me, Spaziani, and the rest of the field. This is good. If we can cruise like this for a while, I think we should just keep consolidating that lead. $62 kilometers remaining. So for those who've been following my channel and weight loss, this morning 84.5 kilos. $2.7 watts per kilo. That's a nice cruising pace. Occasional little dig just to stay with the front group. I'll take a turn. Morning, Mike. Right, so I think the plan is try and run with this front group till it starts getting lumpy. I suspect a lot of these guys are lighter and fitter, and I am conscious that it's me and two C's in amongst some A's and B's. Yeah, thanks, Mike. Down to 84.5 kilos at the moment. Just beginning to see 2 minutes between the breakaway and the rest of the pack. Right. Okay. Now it's time to start earning it. Yeah, Mike. Gone a bit past it, if I'm honest. So, I've actually said I started off with a target of sub 100, hit that, then 95, hit that, and I've actually settled on just keeping myself around 85 kilos, which is the weight I was when I raced Ironman. Right, so splintering now. This is a long race. 60k still left, and I've had my fun with the A's and B's for a while. So now I think it's about getting a good C place finished. I'm going to let Spaziani go with the rest of the breakaway there. Like I say, I don't think it's worth me trying to keep with that pack. A man's got to know his limitations. I took the sprint jersey. Yeah, there is actually, Mike. I think there is in a race. I see that from the team time trials I do. Now, whether that drafting advantage applies to the Tron bike, I'm not really sure. I have a feeling that Tron and TT bikes are exempt from drafting. But yeah, I'm happy enough with where I am in this race at this stage. It's going to be a lonely race, I think. And now I've resigned myself to not trying to run with the A's and B's, and that one wild card C, I think I can just find a rhythm. So I think there are 700-800 meters of climbing on this. Here comes the Titans Grove KOM. Will not be pushing for the jersey here. It's a short, sharp one, early in a hilly race. So in the bottle today, we're back to high five pink grapefruit. And standing by, we've got a bounce peanut and a bounce that's something to do with cookies or something. So I'm just beginning to see some of the other C's get a bit lively there. Just to consolidate my lead. Mike, how much better do I feel? Incredible, mate. Simple things like running up the stairs and not being out of breath. Or this week, you know, the first week in a long time, I've actually got a training diary that looks like a triathlete with swim, bike and run. And yeah, mate, no going back. Even benefits me on Zwift, because you imagine, look, I'm 2.5 watts per kilo now. Even at 100 kilos, do the math, you know, half a watt per kilo difference. Right, 2/3 of the way up this climb, breakaway 35, nearly 40 seconds ahead of me. Chasing group 2:35 behind. If I can maintain this for another 55 kilometers, I'll be a happy guy. This KOM is horrible from this side. I much prefer the other side. Short and sharp. This is like Leith Hill or something. So, chapeau to Spaziani there. He really is running with that front group. I'll take nothing away from that. I know he's arguably competition. All I hope is he's burning some matches. But so am I right now. Here we go. Push to the top. Just around this corner. There we go. Now, all right, okay. So I am second out of the C's, second fastest time up that climb, but conscious that this is a long race. I'm going to take myself to hold about between 2 and 2.5 on this descent. Heart rate is better than I'd have thought, actually, at the moment. But like I say, it's a long race, so it's easy to get caught up. Thank you, S. Norman. Easy to get caught up. And burn some matches. YouTube was about to insert adverts there. I've just managed to suppress it. Like I've said before, I don't do this channel for views and revenue. I do it because I actually quite enjoy it. And it's as much a diary for me as it is anything. Breakaway a minute ahead. Chase group still on the climb. That 3-minute gap will come down as they hit the descent. So yeah, going back to that, what I was saying about the channel, you'll notice I've made the chat for subscribers only. And that's not to drive more subscribers. That's just to try and keep it a bit more focused to perhaps people that have been following what I've been doing following the channel. This is going to be a lonely race, isn't it? So, apologies if you tuned in looking for some close racing. That's all happening a minute in front of me and 3 minutes behind me. So the question is, can I just consolidate this and hold this second place in the C's? So I guess everyone knows what my weekly cycling target is now. Or my weekly Zwift target. So looking at Spaziani, he's just dropping off that front group. Yeah, it looks like the elastic has broken for him. Oh, Lord. So there's a 13-second lead between the A and B group and Spaziani. Beginning to splinter here. I have a horrible feeling we're going up the KOM. Okay. 15 seconds between Spaziani and the front group. 103 in front of me. Holding similar-ish power numbers. Now I'm not going to beat myself too much, given that the Garmin 945 suggested that I rest this morning. Okay, so under a minute between me and Spaziani. There we go. So yeah, that's a time trial on Thursday that, owing to my lack of preparation, turned into an individual time trial. After that, my VO2 max has gone up to 52 and FTP to 271. Now I'll take that as quite an accurate FTP because it was an hour long effort. So it was probably a more realistic FTP test than a 20-minute FTP test. So on these gradients, especially these short, sharp ones, I'm going to let the cadence do the work. Yeah, shut up, legs. Lordy. So Spaziani there, re-establishing a gap between us. Now, let's not forget, he's probably on a descent there. What I hope is that as the rest of the C's hit that KOM, I'll see some of that gap there increase. And I'm going to keep myself 2.5 on the descent. So I was, what's that, 23 seconds slower than Spaziani up there. Actually slower than my own PB up there. Well, I'm not too worried about that. I'm just conscious that this is a long race, so I probably am subconsciously holding myself back a bit. We're about a third of the way through in 40 minutes. So we're talking 2 hours of racing here at this pace, which will drop. I get the feeling that Spaziani there is trying to get across to that group, which itself is splintering by the looks of it. This is honestly like riding another individual time trial. Heart rate up a little bit now. Top of zone 3, headed for threshold. Just going to sit up for a bit. The top of my head will disappear owing to some bad cropping and a small green screen. Here we go. So, looking like I'm consolidating just a bit on the chasing C group. Oh, Martin, thank you for the ride on, and morning, sir. Get some cadence in. So, Spaziani still a little over a minute ahead of me. The rest of the C's 4 to 5 minutes behind. I think if I can cruise like this for, shall we say, another 25-30k, hope Spaziani is pushing himself burning some matches and get back with him. That sounds like a plan. How's it going, Martin? I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly there. I'm not very good with the Dutch language. Although I did work with a Dutch client for many years, which I greatly enjoyed. Some great business trips out there with those guys. Happy memories of Amsterdam. I think the oh, thank you. I think the only Dutch words I've ever really taught myself, because everyone in the Netherlands speaks such good English. Yeah, making some food. What was the workout this morning, Martin? Oh man. No. Right now, zone 2 sounds perfect. Oh, here we go. Bit of volcano action. Spartan, prepare for glory. Oh, right, okay. Gradually getting closer to Spaziani, but with 41 kilometers of racing left and I think about 600 meters of ascent. I'm just gonna try and cruise a little bit. Yeah, he is. I'll say chapeau. He ran with that A and B group for a lot longer than I could hope to. Now, whether that's going to bite his ass over the next 40k, we'll see. Yeah, I did actually, Martin. I down to 84.5 kilos right now. Although I think in Zwift Power I'm still 85. Different camera angles, mate. Thanks, mate. Really appreciate that, Martin. I'm at the stage where my wife keeps saying, "Oh, you're too thin." Oh man, good work, fella. I always say, you think of 10 kilograms, pick up a 10-kilogram weight plate, and oh my God, animal trinkets. You will, mate. You will. You're on a roll. 10 kilograms. Just keep it going. And like I say, all I do is, in my case, what I'm 55, 56 kilos down in total, go and pick up something that weighs 55, 56 kilos. If you lose 10 kilos, pick up a 10-kilo weight plate and walk around with it all day. That's how much easier you're making your life. Yeah, totally with you. Totally with you on the not drinking. I think that was the biggest fundamental change I made. And what you don't realise is the additional benefits you get. Better sleep, you think better. You're very kind. Yeah, well, that's some perspective, isn't it? I put out a video. Was it last weekend? A couple of weekends ago, about the pain cave, and I pulled up some footage of me from beginning of last year, and that's where you see the value in having a YouTube channel. Right, volcano climb. All right, nah, man, yeah. You see, it's things like this, it's these small changes. Yep, I agree with you. Your body can focus on sleeping, not digesting, and, trying to do something with that food. Yeah, who knew? I think, to be fair, the medical profession have been telling us for years. No, I didn't. You kid yourself, I think another thing I found is, if you're going to make a change, I used to do this, I'll start Monday, and then I'd have a heavy weekend, not on the bike, on the booze, and eating crap. Yeah. Yeah, and when I used to say I start Monday, I never did. Yeah, exactly. If you're going to make a change, it starts today. It starts from the moment you make the decision. Right, where are we? Similar watts to Spaziani. He is, I think, on a TT bike. Yep. Yep. Agree with you. You know, all you got to do is start making progress. That first couple of kilos off. No, I'm with you. You got to find, you know, and you got to remember that you're human. Even from the start of this, one of the things I've always enjoyed before I go to bed is a cup of really good hot chocolate. Now, if you looked at that in terms of calories, you know, my fitness pal would be saying, no way. But you reap the reward. Because if you make it with water, it's not too many calories. And you're just, I don't know, it's become a little bit of a highlight. And, you know, when you start making progress, I think you should dial in a few healthy treats and maybe, you know, one or two that a dietitian wouldn't recommend, just to keep yourself real. I think absolute denial is not a good plan. Yeah, absolutely. And you know what you learn is that healthy food can be tastier than the crap you were eating before. No, exactly, mate. None of us are pro athletes. We do this because we enjoy it. Oh, you forget what a soul-destroying little climb this is. Yeah, we all need to do that, Martin. But if you like food, you like food. Yeah, that's true. Right, so one of the Cat B riders has just done this in 8.5 minutes. Yep. Marginal gains, mate. Marginal gains. Oh, fella. Just gonna take a breather. Yeah, Mike, I have. And I just feel better than I've felt in years. There are so many good alcohol-free options. We even went out for lunch at a new restaurant on Thursday, and I asked them if they had alcohol-free beer, and they had what I'd call low alcohol, something like a third of 1% alcohol, which probably qualifies it as alcohol-free, but not in my head. And you know what? I was quite happy to sit there with a Diet Coke. I've got a full bottle of single malt that I bought just when I was starting my journey back. And I've got absolutely no desire to touch it. Now, this time last year, old me would have put that away in a couple of weeks. Whereas I'm just waiting for my mate's birthday to come around and he can have it. Oh, tasty. Oh, I'll take that. Right. Let's see if I can give some ride-ons. Right. Okay. Just over halfway. See you, Martin. Thanks for the chat, mate. Right. Let's see how we go from here. So I've got some nutrition standing by, some ready calories. If I can keep it with my heart rate where it is, I'm just going to go for a bit longer. A little over an hour in, a little over 1,000 calories burnt. I think what I'm going to do is just start seeing how close I can get to Spaziani, and if it begins to look like a race is on between us two, I'll get some calories in. Now, you more experienced racers might be able to steer me differently. And of course, there is some economy to be had by just taking a super tuck on the descent. We're on a bit of a plateau at the moment. Here we go. It rolls down here a bit, I think. Man. Thank you, Jake Lass. Over the top. Right. Headed back for the coast now. Now this Big Foothills course, I can never remember if it goes up the Epic KOM. Hopefully not, given that it says it's foothills. Right, just going down on the tri-bars for a bit. Oh, Lord. Just every time I think I'm getting back to Spaziani, he just gaps me. So we got just under 30k left. I'm reckoning about an hour. Certainly feeling like I've got 41k of racing in the legs at the moment. Right, so Spaziani, a minute ahead of me. He's lost 3 minutes to that front group, so that was a brave effort, fella, running with those boys for as long as you did. Question is, how much, if any, of that 59-second lead can I erode in 27k? Not a lot if he keeps going like that. Oh, man. Right. Let's keep it dialed in. I'm thinking this route probably goes, and I have ridden it before, so I should know, probably heads for the jungle. Up the first ramp, I think, to the jungle turning, jungle descent, jungle climb. And then probably back to Wago Flats. A smarter rider would have Swift Power fired up on another screen with a course on it. Here we go. Now, are we going back to the flatlands? We are. There's a surprise. So I'm, at this point, using Spaziani's power numbers to tell me what's coming up. Oh boy. Right. I'm thinking this is back to Titans Grove. Oh man. Right. Looks like a right here. Yep, Titans Grove. Here we come. So this explains why I was seeing some spikes up to 4 watts per kilo from Spaziani there. Presumably it's bits like that that he was getting over. 2/3 race distance. But let's not forget, 23k is still quite a bit of racing. Other gears are available. Oh man, these little lumpy bits. So if you've never tried racing on Zwift, do it. It's not about winning. I mean, clearly I'm not. But it does make you push yourself just a little bit harder. If you really want to put some pressure on yourself, live stream it. But more importantly, if you're not good with long Zwift rides, being in a race will make them go quicker. Whoa. Right. Now, does that 1.9 watts per kilo mean that Spaziani is flagging? Clearly not. Clearly just hit one of these little rollers. Keep it on. Man, Titans Grove. Over the top. And another push. That's it. Keeping the power in. I'm just going to take this recovery. I've still got 4 park runs to go. So, I have a feeling we are going to hit the short, sharp KOM. And looking at Spaziani's power numbers, he's already on it. Right, let's see what we can do. It's under a kilometre. Oh man. Oh. 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 I think that's about the majority of the climbing done now. I think what comes next is the rest of the rollers in Titans Grove and a bit of TT action around the Fuego Flats. So Spaziani holding 54 in front of me. Rest of the C pack 10 minutes behind. If I can finish 5th out of 10th, considering that we've got 2 A's, 2 B's. I know we've lost one of the B's. 2 A's, a B and a C. I'll take that as a result. Just this 2.4 up to 2.5 watts per kilo just feels like cruise control. "45 seconds to Spaziani. He's hitting some rollers. These are the sort that slow you down. Yeah, I don't know, Mike. Looks like he's just doing his own thing at the moment. I would think He's looking at his leaderboard. Yeah, I think he is. It's like he's just doing enough. Right. I think we're headed for the sprint. Yeah, he is, isn't he? And fair play to him. He's been away all race. Now the question is, if it gets fast and flat anywhere, will the Tron bike get me anything? "42 seconds. Right, now which way do we go? Italian villas? I bet it's Italian villas. Italian villas. Again, Spaziani knows what he's up to. He's doing enough. or if I'm doing too much. Right. $11K to go. 29 seconds to Spaziani. I think he is. Let's hope so. And fair play to the bloke. He's got every right to tire. I think he also knows we're a similar level. And I think he knows I'm hurting as much as he is. Oh, this is turning into another FTP test. Right, we're going up the KOM. I think this needs a measured effort. A measured effort and cadence. Eight kilometres left. Right, here we go. Put down those gears. Oh, man. Oh, hurting now. Oh, I'll take the recovery. Right, where is he? 40 seconds. He's, I guess he's emptying the tank. Oh. Oh man. Where's the top of this bloody KOM? Right. He's had it in 5:26. Let's see what we can do. Ah. Oh, 5:31. Shit. Right. 5k left. Unless Baziani really backs off, I think I'm coming second in the seas, which I'll take for this course. Nice bit of cornering. I can assure you I don't corner like that in real life. Off the Guinness. Okay. It's less than an Ironman swim from here. Spaziani using what he's got left there. 34 seconds. With 3k to go. Right. Please don't send us back to Titans Grove. Oh, thank God. No, Mike. Highly unlikely. I had a nice long run yesterday. I think it's going to be a lie down and a cry after this, I think. Two point three. Well, you know what? I will happily take a second in category, 30 odd seconds behind the first place, and 15 minutes ahead of the next rider. $1.8. Right. So, however you look at this, Spaziani paced that well. Unless he has a mechanical. Thanks, Mike. Certainly felt like it from here. Into the final mile. Thank you for watching, Mike, and chatting. I hope that's not been too boring. Wasn't exactly what you call close racing, was it? Now, this is what I talk about. Do some swift racing, right? Big Foothills course in 2-ish hours. I'd never have done it. I'd never have done it in 2-ish hours if I wasn't motivated to be chasing Mr. Spaziani there. I could have a go at the sprint, but it's not fun when there's no one to race. Well, I'll take a 4th place overall. And 2nd in category. Oh, here we go. Where are we? 34 seconds behind Spaziani. They were saying I was 4th out of 10, so I don't think that will change. 20-minute power, 2.8 watts per kilo. It's about right. Right. Well, thanks for watching this, everyone. Mike, thanks for watching. Thanks for your chat. Wishing you all a great Saturday. And hopefully I'll be racing again this time next week. Have a good one, everyone.